Hi, my name is Veronica, and this evening we're going to take a journey about the Uganda Martyrs. We're going to know who they were, what they did, what happened before they were killed. And with me I have
Ben Tenywa, in charge of the Uganda Martyrs Pilgrims office at the Uganda Martyrs Catholic Shrine, Namugongo.
As a background, who were these martyrs and what did they do?
The Uganda Martyrs were all workers, were servants, working for the King of Uganda. Uganda is the whole of central Uganda. So each family used to select a very hard-working boy, well-disciplined, to go and work for a king, free of charge. It was a sign of showing loyalty to the king, and it was very prestigious to work for a king, even just the king to know you by name. So the majority of the workers, the martyrs, were from Uganda Kingdom. Some came from Eastern region, Eastern Uganda. Some came from Western Uganda. So they all work. They were all page workers working for the Kabaka of Uganda.
So how many were they?
The Uganda Martyrs were 45. There were 22 Catholics, 23 Protestants, so in total 45. But we also had the Muslim martyrs, between 70 and 100. So the Christian martyrs were 45. The Muslim martyrs were between 70 and 100. And then we had also traditional martyrs.
So tell me, what happened before they were killed?
The martyrs of Uganda, before they were killed, the king accused them of many, they were accused of many cases. In the first place, these people were servants. They were pages working for the king of Uganda. But on Sunday, they were not working. They were going for prayers. And the king thought they were becoming disobedient. And disobeying a king who was almost God here was a capital offense. It was enough to make you die. So that was, they were accused of being disobedience. That was offense number one. They also accused of being rebels. Because you see, the way they were praying, let your kingdom come. When they are saying, our Lord is prayer, the king thought, which kingdom is that? I'm the king. How can they say their king is in heaven? Regarded them as rebels. And the treason was punishable by death. Also, the Arabs were the first foreigners here. They were spreading Islam alongside slave trade. And now, when Christianity came, because of that bit of slave trade, people started leaving Islam to join Christianity. Now the Arabs saw Christianity as a threat to their existence. So they started telling the king lies. That those people are going to overthrow you. It is just a matter of time. You better kill them. Another reason, the king had a prime minister. We locally call him Katikiro. His name was Mukasa. The prime minister, Mukasa, got scared of the new converts, especially Joseph Mukasa, Barikudembe, because he thought the king might appoint Joseph Mukasa Barikudembe to become a prime minister and he loses the position. Because of that, the prime minister was influencing the younger king to kill the Christians. Not only that, Christianity preached against witchcraft. People stopped going to the witch doctors to get solutions for their problems. Now the witch doctors lost market. They also started influencing the younger king to kill. The king had a house, a palace, a house of grass, the main house. It got burnt by gunpowder given to him by the explorers. And the house of the prime minister, the Katikiro, also got burnt by thunder. It was raining, thunder struck after 2 days and burnt the house of the Katikiro. So the king became scared. What's the problem? He went to consult the fortune tellers. Why is my palace burnt? Why the Katikiro's palace burnt? They told him the problem is with Christians. Christians are no longer worshipping our gods. Our gods are annoyed, that's why they burnt your palace. What you do, kill these Christians. The king took the advice seriously. He used to go for fishing, hunting, they were supposed to receive him. Some days he was coming back home. When they are not there, they have gone for prayers, for catechism, for religious instructions. Now he thought they have shifted their loyalty, their new faith. Yet they were supposed to be loyal to the king all the time. He accused them of being disloyal. Now the king, in summary, was influenced by the Arabs, by the witch doctors, by the prime minister. So when he came and he consulted his chiefs, what should we do? These people said their king is in heaven. They call me their brother. My palace is burnt. I've been told they are the trouble causers. And they are no longer loyal to me. What should we do? The chief said, we gave you those boys when they were good. They have been spoiled by the missionaries. If you want to kill, kill. We shall give you loyal boys. Now after getting the approval of his chiefs to kill the Christians, the following day the king went to hunt hippos, Lake Victoria, at Munyonyo. He hunted all day, he got nothing. Never got any hippo. So he came back in the evening, very annoyed. Late in the evening, he came back to his palace at Munyonyo. When he came back, he found a witch doctor waiting for him. He used to give him meat, so this time the king came back with nothing. And these people were not there to receive him. Because whenever the king used to go for fishing, hunting, these pages were supposed to receive him. Some days, now on that fateful day, after having a fruitless hunting of hippos, he came back in the evening. They were not there to be seen. They had gone for prayers. And he found a witch doctor waiting for him to give him meat. Because he used to give him meat whenever he used to go for hunting. So this time the king came back with nothing. He told him, I have got nothing to give you. I have hunted all day, I have got nothing. Even my gun fell in the lake. The doctor said, how? A hollow king like you, to hunt the whole day, and you get nothing? The Christians. The Christians are the trouble causers. Now the god of the lake, God Mukasa, is annoyed. He has hidden the hippos under the lake. That's why I've got nothing. Why don't you kill these people? Now that man poisoned the mind of the king, that witch doctor. As they were still talking, two Christians arrived. Dennis Sebugwao and Muwafu. Muwafu did not die as a Christian, but Dennis died as a Christian. So when the king saw them, he stopped them. Where are you coming from? From the church. Doing what? We have been attending religious instruction. Why don't I give you here what you eat from those white men? Now Buganda is no longer mine. Buganda is for those white men. The meat I give you is not enough. The snakes you eat from those white men are better than the food I give you. The king became so furious. He just got one of the spears. He had the hand speared. Then a Sebugwao in the ribs. The spear got broken. He gave him to the killers, finished him. Entered into the inner circle of his palace. He slapped those who got on the way. Then he said, all of you, come. Christians, go over the fence. Those who are not Christians, come near me. The Christians came forward and told the king, we are Christians. If you want to kill us, kill us. We are not living Christianity. So there and then three were killed. Dennis was already speared. Andrew Kagwa, Dennis Sebugwao, and Posiano Ngondo. They just cut off their hands and left them there for the vultures to eat. The rest were tied properly and told them, take them to Namugongo and burn them alive. So they tied, they walked, they reached in Owino Market, Nachivo place. They stopped. They asked the prisoners, who wants to be killed here? Where we killed Joseph Mukasa Bali Kudembe. You remember, Joseph Mukasa Bali Kudembe was the first Catholic martyr to be killed on 15th of November, 1885. And now where they killed him, there is a market called St. Joseph Mukasa Bali Kudembe Market. So when they reached there, they stopped. And now they asked the prisoners, who wants to be killed here? Bazekoketa said, here I am. They speared him. When you go there, you'll see a very big cross of Bali Kudembe and another big cross of Bazekoketa. Bali Kudembe is a patron for politicians and the chiefs. Bazekoketa is a patron for bankers, treasurers, and those in charge of finances. They continued the route where there is a place called Old Kampala. Matthias Mulumba refused to walk. Mulumba said, I'm not going anywhere. Where are you taking me? At Namugongo, you are going to kill me. Why don't you kill me here? I'm not going anywhere. Kill me here. They thought Mulumba was stubborn to refuse to come here. They cut off his lips. They cut off his hands. They cut off his legs. They skinned him. Dogs ate him. He was the one who suffered the most, a very brutal and lingering death. Where they killed Matthias Mulumba, there is a church called St. Matia Mulumba, Old Kampala. That's where they killed Matia Mulumba. They proceeded the route where there is a place called Kamuli, Lubao. Gonza collapsed. You know, when they were coming, they tied them with chains. So Gonza came on limping, wasting their time. They speared him and left him there for the wild animals to eat. Then the rest reached here at Namugongo, because this was their destination and it was an execution ground. When they reached at Namugongo, they were put in prison. They started collecting firewood. Namugongo was an execution site in the Kingdom of Uganda. Namugongo was a killing site. This is where they were killing criminals, grave offenders, who were committing serious offenses in Uganda. And there were three categories of people who were killed here at Namugongo: the princesses, the chiefs, and all those criminals who feared to join the king when he was attacking other kingdoms. All those sentenced to death by the king, they were killed at Namugongo. So even the Uganda Martyrs, they are in these 30 categories of commoners who refused to leave Christianity when the king told them to leave Christianity, and they said we cannot leave. So the king regarded them as very bad people who were supposed to be burnt alive at Namugongo. So when they reached at Namugongo, they were made to collect firewood, and the fire got ready. Some were in prison, some were collecting firewood together with the executioners. So the fire got ready on the 2nd of June. And on that 2nd of June, when the fire got ready, the whole night they were drumming drums of death. The wombs of their mothers are going to suffer. We are going to burn them like grass. The wombs of their mothers are going to suffer. They were drumming, they were dancing, they were taking local blue, tonto, the whole night. Then, as they were doing that, one of the executioners, one of the martyrs, called Mbaga to Zinde, was the nephew of the chief executioner, Mukajanga. Mukajanga was the chief executioner. So Mukajanga told his nephew, Mbaga to Zinde, you boy escape. I will hide you. Why do you want to die for nothing? Have you ever seen God? Have you ever seen Jesus? You are going to die for nothing. The boy said, leave me alone. I have to die. I'm going in heaven. I will not escape. He convinced him to escape. He refused. They took him where the mother was staying, 6 kilometers away from here, in a village called Buwat. The mother was staying there together with the relatives. They convinced Mbaga to escape. Mbaga said, I'm not going to escape. I have to die. I'm going in heaven. See, these people had strong faith. You can imagine your mother crying, hiding you, your relatives, your sisters, all. And you said, no, I'm not going to hide. I have to die. I'm going in heaven. So when he refused to escape, he was brought back on the 3rd of June, early in the morning. The chief executioner convinced him to escape. The boy said, no, leave me alone. I have to die. I'm going in heaven. So when he refused to escape, Mukajanga, his uncle, told the junior scoundrel, hit him on the head so that they can burn him when he's dead. How can my nephew be burnt alive when I'm looking? He will die in pain and to hurt me. Kill him first so that they can burn him. So Mbaga to Zinde was hit on the head. He died. Then they put him on fire. With the majority were still alive. On the 3rd of June, 1886, 136 years ago. And Mbaga to Zinde is the patron for seminarians, novices, those in vocations, the patron. Gonza is a patron for prisoners and those who are afflicted. And that one was killed at Odi Kampala, Matia Mulumba. is a patron for married people.